Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I want to talk about my story of how I retired at 19 years old. You heard that right. Just with my online business, okay? So first of all, am I 19 years old? No, I'm 21. When did I retire? At 19 years old, okay? So it's been 2 years. And I really want to talk about this because I see the fuss about, retire early and stuff like that online. And I have my experience. I have my experience with whatever I do, and today I'm gonna share it with you. I'm gonna share my screen in a second to give you some context. But basically, here we go. My name is Arnas, okay? And I've been running this business, Passionate Income. It's called Passionate Income on Instagram. You can check it out. I've been running it for 4 years now, and I show it in every video. I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel. You can check it out, right? And I retired at 19 years old because I ran this business. So let me get straight into it. So first of all, I didn't retire, in a sense of like, I'm old and I don't want to work in my life ever again. I retired in a way of a 4-hour work week, okay? Have you ever heard that book? Let me show you something, all right? Have you ever seen this book? The New York Times bestseller. Probably if you ever been on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok and you see a list of top 5 or top 10 books you need to read, usually it's one of the books. It's by Tim Ferriss or Timothy Ferriss, okay? I really, really suggest you reading this. I probably first read this book at 14, 15, and then reread it and listened to an audiobook when I was probably 16, okay? So how did I do it? And I'll get deeper into it, right? I'll get way deeper into this. So first of all, Tim Ferriss' book. In this book, Tim Ferriss mentioned mini retirements, which absolutely changed my perception of life. Because before reading that book, I thought, okay, I need to grind for the next 40 years, become extremely rich. That's what I thought before, when I was 16. I need to become a billionaire, live the life of absolute luxury on a yacht, just sip cocktails, but it's going to be 40 years of hell, and then I'll be able to enjoy my life. I'll be that old grandpa who has a bunch of money and a crazy tan, right? That's what I thought life is all about. But no, Tim Ferriss was you can retire anytime you want with mini retirements and get the sense of that and see if you really want that. Kind of test it out, man. And I was like, okay, that's very interesting. So at 14, before even reading the book, at 14, I was always entrepreneurial, okay, as a kid. And I have a YouTube video on this channel called My Story or whatever. But basically at 14, I started my first online business, okay? I did sell some stuff in real life before. But at 14, I started my first online business, which was a Shopify dropshipping store. I got 0 sales. And from 14 to 17, I tried a bunch of stuff. I tried affiliate marketing. I even did MLM. I didn't know what it was. So I got into that, I did everything online possible. Obviously, it was hard. Obviously, I wasn't even 18 to have a PayPal account or something. It was very hard. I had to get some help from my parents with banking and stuff, but I didn't really make that much money. Maybe I made $100 or $200 here and there, which for a kid is great, right? But it wasn't no business which you can retire on. And at 17, I started Passionate Income. So I'm 21 right now. Passionate Income has been around for almost 4 years now. And I'm really proud of the company I've built. So I literally remember the moment when I was I'm going to start this, And I was 17. I already tried a bunch of different businesses. I already was making a few $100s a month here and there from various things. I remember there were these things were popular, which invite a friend to this platform. And when they deposit $10, you'll get $10 or whatever. Referral programs like that. especially crypto exchanges used to have those. I remember there was this crypto exchange, Bitpanda in Europe, I think. They used to give like 10 or 15 or 20 euros per every sign up. So I would go like to my dad, I would be like, I'll create a crypto exchange on your name. And I would create it and I would get like a 20 euro bonus. Then I would do it on my mom's phone and then send it to a few friends. You know, I would do a bunch of these like nonsense things. But I remember like the moment where I was like, this is impossible to like, well, possible, everything's possible. But I was like, it would be extremely hard to actually like retire or make a bunch of money with this. Because like I read another book, which is Millionaire Fastlane. I think that's what it's called, The Millionaire Fastlane. Um, and in that book, like I realized after reading that book that the real rich people from that were like the crypto exchanges, you know? I was like, I need to do something bigger than that, you know, bigger than being a referral for these small programs. I need to own like a real business, you know, I need a real system, you know, like in the Millionaire's Fastlane book, the author mentions like, look, the people in the MLM, you know, they make some money here and there, but the real people who are rich from MLM are the people who created the whole company, right? And that's what he's saying is basically you need to create, you know, not an MLM, but he's saying basically you need to create a system which allows other people to maybe make some money or participate in, but the real people who make money here are the ones who create the system. So I realized, okay, I need a system, I need something big, I need to reach a bunch of people. What can I do? And I remember Instagram. Instagram, okay. I realized all of the billionaires I was following, even Ray Dalio was posting on Instagram. And me, as a 17-year-old kid, was like, no, I'm too busy for Instagram. You know, maybe I had like 200 followers from my high school. I wasn't even a popular kid in high school. I didn't post on Instagram or anything. Maybe one story a year or whatever. I was very like private person, you know. I didn't want to show my face, so I didn't post anything online. But I realized, okay, there's an opportunity that I can create like a faceless brand and start posting, because if all these billionaires are posting, I need to post too, because if they see the value in it and they literally like pull out their phone and film videos or even hire camera crews to like make videos, they know something I don't. So I need to do what billionaires do, which is post on social media, right? So I started doing that, and I remember I was like, I'm only doing this because I want to retire. I want to go to Bali. That was like a specific place. I manifested it. I was like, I'm going to go to Bali, live there, a life of freedom, you know. I was fed up with too much, like too many videos or too much Pinterest or too much Instagram about Bali. But that was my dream. Bali, oh my God, I want to go there. I want to live there. I want to train, you know, whatever, fighting, Muay Thai, kickboxing there, and just live on an island, drink a coconut, and be healthy and tanned and have a six-pack and not worry about money, not work. That was like my dream. I was like, oh my God. I still remember. I was in my parents' home at that point, still in high school. I remember like on my phone creating the account. I even remember like passionate income. English is my second language. So my brother, who's older than me, he was way better at English than me at that point, like way, way better. And I was like passionate income. Does that even sound correct? Like I sent the name to my brother. I was like, does that sound correct? Like, is there like a funny mistake there or no? And he was like, no, that's good. That's all right. That sounds good. I was like, okay, I'll register that. I registered the username, and that's how it started, right? But my vision was to retire. My vision was to live the life of freedom. I created that business with intention of retiring, basically. I was like, if I can get hundreds of thousands or millions of followers or just reach millions of followers on social media, I don't know how, but I will find a way to make money. Okay, I will find a way to make money from that audience, because for some reason people like Ray Dalio are posting. So like I said, like I didn't know anything about business. I just knew that rich people are posting on social media and they find time for it. And obviously, as the time went, I really like blew up on social media. I figured it out. I learned way more about business. I started networking with people and so on and so forth. And I kind of like succeeded. A year later, 13 months down the line, when I started Passionate Income, I already had 1 million followers. But I wasn't making that much money. I was maybe making like $2,000 a month or whatever. And then I really like started getting into rooms of people that I wouldn't have ever gotten into just because I had this page. Everyone would introduce me as, oh, that's the owner of Passionate Income. And that was cool because I was shaking hands with millionaires, people who sold their companies, people in finance, people with net worths of $100+ million. And when I started meeting these people, obviously, they gave me advice and I started making more money. It's natural. You just surround yourself with people like that, you're gonna make more money. So when I did succeed just a little bit, nothing too crazy. I'm not saying we were doing millions of dollars a month, but when I did reach some sort of level of success, more than $2,000 a month, more like 10, 20, even $30,000 a month. When I started making significant amount of money, I actually did retire. I did my first mini retirement in Bali. I literally manifested it. Okay, I went to Bali when I was 19. So it took me 2 years to actually pack my bags and move to Bali from actually like starting the page. Like 1 year later, I was already traveling the world, and I went to Spain and traveled a bit here and there, but I was still like not comfortable. I still had limiting beliefs in the back of my head. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to Bali. I'm going to make this happen. And you know what? It was something different than I expected, but it wasn't mini retirement. I went for a trip to Asia for collectively, it was almost 4 months. So I left, I remember, on August 29th or whatever to Bali. And I spent 2 months in Bali. Then I went to Malaysia. Then I went to Turkey. So like I visited some countries, and it was 4 months of total freedom. And it was a great feeling inside because I had money in the bank. I had nothing to worry about. And like I just chilled. My business was automated at that point. It used to take me like 20 minutes a day on my phone, even not even pulling out the laptop or anything. Just chilling. I was fully retired. And I did anything I wanted. I didn't try to not splurge in Bali. I was in Bali, I was buying anything. I was going out 3 times or 4 times a day, like literally eating. I didn't cook a single meal in Bali or in that whole Asia trip. Like I forgot how to cook literally when I came back. It's kind of funny, but like I know you're probably listening to this and you're saying, well, Bali is not that expensive. Well, obviously Bali is not that expensive. That's why I went there. Duh. Like, obviously, that's why I went there, to live that life, to feel like a king, ordering whatever you want, going out for steak dinners every single day, ordering a steak of 600 grams, even if you're not hungry. Like, I did all of that. I went to every beach club and waterfall or whatever. I met cool people. Like, I really enjoyed my life there. But, like, I'd say I spent 2 months in Bali and then in other countries too. Another 2 months. I'll tell you what, like the mini retirement really woke me up. It was like a realization. I was like, oh shit, I actually like working. I like building. I like the game. I like the vision. So I'll say after 2 months, after a month and a half or 2 months, I'd say after a month and a half it started. And after 2 months, I was like really eager to just lock in and just work, like close myself and just work on some project. I didn't even care on what to work on or if I'm gonna make a bunch of money with it right away. I knew I was gonna make money anyways, like long term. But I was like, you know what? I really love the game. It's just like doing meetings or whatever, or building something when it's like 3 in the morning and you're doing something, building a new website, writing copy, writing emails, something like that. It really, I lacked that. I couldn't live without it. I was like, oh my God, thanks, Tim Ferriss, proving me that retirement is just, it's not about that. I had that hunger in me. I didn't really want, to just chill on a beach, just drink a cocktail or a coconut and do nothing. Like, I really loved the game, right? So I went back. I went back home and I still traveled, but I went into a grind mode. I was like, you know what? I'll still travel. I'm not going to be in one location, but I'm going to work. I'm really going to work on some project. Even if it's a few hours a day, I really want to lock in. I want to have a sense of achievement that I'm doing something. Because when I was networking with people in Bali, like, I really didn't like the people who weren't working or were working like an hour a day and then just being generous for the rest of the day. I really liked the people who were like building something. They were like secretly building something. They're like, oh man, I'll tell you what, I'm very, very excited about this one thing I'm building. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I want. I went back and I started building. And I didn't even know what to build because, like, I automated passionate income fully. So I was like all over the place, testing a bunch of stuff out, hiring people, firing people, starting a new project, so on and so forth. And in the meantime, traveling. I actually traveled, like, after Bali, I went back home, chilled for 2 or 3 months, and then started traveling like crazy. I started traveling every single month. Okay. And I traveled 6 months out of the year, that year when I came back from Bali. More than 6 months out of the year. And I still networked. Every time I traveled, I talked to people about business, still networked, so on and so forth. Then went back, but then I went back to Dubai, okay? Another base. And then I locked in Dubai. I was like, cool, locked in for 2 months. Locked in, it was great. Locked in, felt the sense of purpose. Came to Spain for a few months. Still worked my ass off. Really felt the sense of achievement. Really felt like I had automated everything. And really felt like I needed another mini retirement. Okay. Why I felt that? Because, like, I had all the systems figured out already. I was like, with passionate income. So, like, 2 years ago, I had just Instagram account. Okay. Then I started building like YouTube, TikTok. And then I realized email is the real stuff. Email is the real deal. And I realized that exactly 1 year ago in June 2023. And I was like, I'm going to build an amazing email newsletter. And I did. I grew an amazing email newsletter. Still am. But, at first when you start a new project, for the next 3 to 6 months, you have to lock in. You have so many questions and you need to talk to people in the industry. You need to talk to your competitors or people doing something similar. Just like work with different agencies, hire different people. There's just a lot of mess. So I was locked in. And then when I figured it out, I was like, cool, time for another retirement. So what I did is I went for another mini retirement. And it was great. Okay. And this year I went to Dubai because Dubai is kind of like my base. But this time I went to Dubai just to relax, just to chill, celebrate my birthday, rent yachts, go like to the desert, stuff like that. Then I went from Dubai to Mexico, to Costa Rica, back to Mexico. And I'll tell you what, in Mexico and Costa Rica and back to Mexico, I really felt freedom. Like this time, I really, really felt freedom. When I was in Bali, I felt freedom, but there was something in the back of my head saying like, maybe do some more work today. When I was in Mexico, I really didn't feel the need to do the work because I really automated the system so well that I literally would wake up in the morning, okay? I would pull out my laptop, check on everything, like check that everything's fine, If I got any sales overnight, just go to like my Google spreadsheet where I track my sales, enter the numbers, and I would be done for the day. I would literally wake up, open my laptop, 10, 15 minutes as I'm waking up, checking everything, close my laptop, I'm good for the rest of the day. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good. And I spent 2 months, 2 months in this mini retirement. Really didn't think much of work. But I'll tell you what, with these mini retirements, you let your mind to relax so much that you get so many good ideas how to improve your business. You miss work. So then I came back, okay, fully, and I was like, I need to lock in again. And now I'm locked in. I'm filming this video. I'm doing a 30 video on YouTube challenge, okay? So if you take a look at my channel, I'm uploading every single day for 30 days now. Maybe I'll do even more. Who knows? Maybe I'll keep going if I get enough feedback and I close the feedback loop. But the idea is I really retired 2 times already. And maybe it wasn't for long, but it was for enough, okay? It was for enough for me to realize that I need to retire whenever I'm happy with my situation and when it's automated, and then I need to lock in, because when you retire, it was so good in Mexico and in Costa Rica, but then by the end of it, I couldn't wait to go back. Like by the end of it, like the last week, I was like, you know what? I need to lock in. I need to implement this. Like I had like a notes app, notes folder with like everything. I need to do this when I come back. I need to do that, and I really like had everything figured out in different drawers in my head, okay? Everything was just so perfect. And I also talked about freedom with like my friends, had a great time. And I'll tell you what, Tim Ferriss changed my life, literally, like with this small concept of mini retirements. I will never fully retire. I know this. I'll work till the day I die, but I'll have a mini retirement probably every single year. So I'm kinda planning. I don't want to plan too exact, because the mini retirement should come from the inside. It should come from within. Okay, when I really feel like drowned, burnt out, or whatever, lack of ideas, like you're meditating, you're doing everything, you're getting sunlight, you're going to the beach and grounding yourself, you're journaling, you're doing everything, you're hiring people, you do everything you need to do, but then there's a sense of like, I need a break, I need a mini retirement. There's nothing more to do. There's nothing left to do. So I don't want to plan it too much, but the next retirement probably going to be the end of 2024, and I'll go for a wild one this time. I'm already planning it, kind of going to Argentina, and who knows, maybe I go for 6 months and gotta have my mini retirement until I come back. But that's how I retired at 19 years old, okay? If you want to learn more about like what I do exactly, you can find me on Instagram, okay? So if you check out my profile, Passionate Income, go here, founder, owner, Arnas, OWNERARNAS. That's my profile, all right? Go follow me there. Shoot me a message. Be like, yo, saw your video, pretty cool. I have a few questions. I'll gladly answer them. I'll shoot you a voice note, okay? I'll answer this anytime, any day from my fans, okay? And if you want to learn about exactly what I do and how I make money, I can help you out too. You can check it out. Check out my profile. I sometimes share very good insights for absolutely free. And I'm building a Telegram broadcast channel for absolutely free too, where like I'll send these free nuggets like you can do today to make money and retire early, or have your first mini retirement in the next year or two. So if you like this video, leave a like and leave a comment down below. I really enjoy reading comments. I really appreciate your comments, okay? So leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment. If you don't have much to comment, just comment good video. But if you have an idea on what I should create next and what I should talk about next, leave a comment down below and I'll make a video about it, because I'm doing 30 videos in 30 days. So see you in the next one.